Okay, students. So today we are going to start this chapter, electric current. Okay, I guess few topics you have already covered in the previous classes. So you have already seen what is current, what is charge, and you have also seen how the current actually flows in the circuit. Now, what we have to start now is this is circuit elements. Okay, so in circuit elements, these are the few very basic elements that we have to see. Okay, these are cell and battery, then resistor or load, we can say it, or variable resistors, like we also call them as rheostat. Then we have plug key and switch, we have ammeter, voltmeter, and connecting wires. So what we'll be doing now is one one by one we'll see all the seven elements, circuit elements, and we'll try to see that how actually they are used in the circuit, and if there is any important point for any of these circuit elements, we'll be noting down that. Okay, so after the circuit element we'll be going on to the Ohm's law. We'll try to finish Ohm's law and VI characteristics, and then we'll be able to solve some numericals on that. So let us first start this topic, circuit elements. And in circuit element, the first thing is cells and batteries. So if we see the cell and battery, okay, so this cell, just I'm drawing its symbol here, okay, how it is denoted in a circuit. So this is a cell, okay, this is a cell. And now my question to you is, suppose if this is end A and this is end B, okay, and this is a cell. This side is called as the higher terminal, this is called as the lower terminal. Just to separate them, we have written it with plus and minus. Now my question is that if I am writing it with the 2 volt, now I'm saying that the battery is rated as 2 volt. Now what is the meaning of this 2 volt? What is the meaning of this 2 volt? So this 2 volt actually is nothing but the potential difference between points A and B. Okay, this 2 volt, this 2 volt is potential difference. Okay, is potential difference between point A and B. So if it is a potential difference between point A and B, and how do we calculate potential difference? Like suppose any two number is having a difference as 2. So I can write as 10 minus 8, that will be also 2. 2 minus 0, that is also 2. 0 minus minus 2, that is also 2. So what I'm trying to say is that if I write 10 minus 2, that will be 10 minus 8, that will be also 2. Hello students, can you please can you hear me? So just let me know in chat. Okay, okay. Okay. So what we are trying to say here is that if the battery is of 2 volt, okay, so the potential difference, this 2 volt is actually the potential difference of point A and B. Okay, so if I write 10 minus 8, that is also 2. If I write 2 minus 0, okay, if I write 2 minus 0, that is also 2. And if I write 0 minus of minus 2, that is also 2. And if I write minus 2 minus 4, that is also 2. Now, if you see all the 4 examples that I have taken here, A, B, C, and D. Now, just try to focus it here. Okay, don't write anything now, just focus on the screen now. Suppose if A is 10 and B is 8. Okay, if A is 10 and B is 8. So what is the potential difference between A and B? That is 2 volt, correct? If A is 2 and B is 0, so again it is 2. 2 is the potential difference. Now my question to you is, out of all the 4 options, whatever I have written like A, B, C and D, which one is correct and which one is wrong? Or all are correct or all are wrong? Again, I'm repeating my question. Out of 4 A, B, C, D, which one is correct to write for A, this cell here? Either A, B, C, D, or all of are wrong or all of that is correct. Okay, so few people are answering as C, few are answering as A and B, few are answering as only A, few are saying all are wrong, few are saying okay, okay. Let me clear this doubt. Okay, that's why I took this thing. Listen here. As long as, listen here. Okay. Okay, listen. As long as the potential difference, okay, the difference of these quantities are 2, I am free to write anything. I'm repeating again. As long as the potential difference of these quantities, this 10, 8, 2, 0 is 2, okay, as long as the potential difference is 2, I can write anything. So actually all are correct. Try to understand this, that if I'm saying that I have a battery whose potential difference is 10, okay, whose potential difference is 10, so VA minus VB is 10. So what I'll write, VA minus VB as 10. Now I can have n number of ways to write this. I can write 20 minus 10 as 10. I can also say 30 minus 20 is 10. I can also say 10 minus 0 is 10. So what is wrong in this? I can say that A is 20, B is 10. I can say A is 30, B is 20. I can say A is 10, B is 0. So just try to understand, as long as the potential difference between A and B is 10, anything you can write. Anything we can write. Okay. If you understood this, so just let me know in the chat. If you understood, let me know in the chat. Okay. So I guess most of you are answering yes. So I'll move forward. Now in this, okay. Now you just, okay, listen here. If anybody is thinking that I will have a minus sign, okay, so potential difference we are taking, okay, we are taking the potential difference. See, in physics you will always have two things to calculate. One is difference and one is change. Okay, this difference, whenever we write, it has to be always positive. Okay, it will always be a positive. Okay, Change can be positive also, can be negative also. Change can be also positive as well as negative. Okay, but difference has to be always positive. So all the results, see here, a is 0, that is higher than -2, a is -2, that is higher than -4. So that's why difference will always be positive. So I guess you have got your answer. Now if you have understood this, so I'm moving on to this next thing, that is battery. Okay, next is battery. Okay, what is battery? Battery is actually combination of the cells. Battery is actually, no dear, this Captain Ishwar K. Okay, you are asking that can potential difference be negative? No, because it is a difference. Now how the difference can be negative? Potential difference has to be always a positive value. Okay, it cannot be a negative. Okay, so combination of cells is called battery. Okay, combination of cells is called as battery. Now I'm taking an example here. I'm taking an example here. Suppose I have one cell like this and another cell like this. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm connecting this cell like this. Okay, don't copy anything, just see, and then afterwards I'll give you time to copy everything. Now this is a cell of 2V and this is a cell of 2 volt. Okay, so I had two different cells of 2 volt and 2 volt and I have connected it like this. Now just see here, again I'm having a cell, and if I connect this cell like this, still both are 2 volt and 2 volt. Do you understand? Do you see this figure? Now this is a battery, this is a battery. Now my question is if this is end A and this is end C and this is end A and this is end C, so in both the cases can you tell me what is the potential difference, that is VA minus VC? Can you tell me this? I need the answer for both the cases. When you're writing the answer, please write the answers for both the cases. Okay. Okay, I got one answer as -4. Okay, one answer I have got -4, one answer I have got as 2. So few students are having doubt on this. Okay, see here. Okay, 4 and 4. Case. Okay, see here. Okay, see this. Now listen here. For this cell, okay, for this cell, if you see, if I'm assuming that this is 2, okay, if I'm assuming that this is 2, so what will be the potential of point B? I want everyone to write the potential of point B. If A is 2, what is the potential of point B? I'm just assuming that A is 2. So what is the potential of B? Okay, very good. The potential of point B is 0. Potential of point B is 0. Okay. Now, if potential of point B is 0, what should be the potential of point C? Just see one thing, that B is at higher side and C is the lower side of this cell. Okay. If B is 0, what will be C? Okay. So C is -2. The potential of C is -2. If A is 2, C is -2, you tell me what is the potential difference now between these two. So this is 4 volt. Do you understand this? See, in difference, you have to add it. All those who have written 0 now, we are not adding it. So what we have to do, we have to take the difference. So how do we take a difference? We take a difference like this. Okay. So it has to be 4 volt. Understood? Now, similarly, come to the second case. If second case, I am assuming this point A to be 2. If I'm assuming that A end is 2, then similarly B end will be 0. We have seen in the previous case. And if B is 0, what will be C here now? What will be this end C, potential of the point C? Okay, how is the potential of point B is 0? Okay, listen. If A is, all those who are not understanding how I'm writing this B point as 0, so what I have assumed is that this is a battery. Okay, this is point A and this is point B now. A and B. Okay. So if this is a cell of 2 volt, and if I assume that VA is 2, then what will be the value of this B? So how we will be writing this? We'll write it as here VA minus VB as 2. Now I know that A value is 2. Okay. What should be the value of B? Now VB will be 0. Okay. This is a simple arithmetic that you solving process what you can do here. Do you understand it now? Whoever has asked how is the potential of point B 0? Yes. What is the potential at point C? It is 2. Fine. Now, what is the difference between these 2 points? Between A and C here? What is the difference in potential between A and C? Yes, everybody. What is the difference in the potential? Yes, come on. Very good. It is 2 minus 2. This gives me 0 volt. Now, see, listen. The student was asking in the second diagram, why did I put the 2 negative terminals on the same side? See, I have a battery like this. Okay. I have a battery like one like this and one I have like this. Now, what I can do, I can connect these two ends. Okay. And if I have a battery like this and I have a battery, so I can also connect these two ends. Na? So both the cases are possible. I can connect a negative with positive also. I can connect two negative also. I can connect two positives also together. So this is the two different ways how you can connect a cell to form a battery. Okay. In questions and in questions you'll be having all these things. Okay. If you have a two different batteries, so how I can connect them to get a net potential. Okay. Net potential difference between the two ends. Okay. So if you have understood this, So what last point you have to see here is in case one, just tell me, are these two batteries supporting each other or they are opposing each other? This 2 and 2, they both are supporting each other or they are opposing each other? Yes. In case one, are these supporting each other or they are opposing each other? Okay. They are supporting each other. Why? Because it is 2 plus 2. They are supporting each other. Correct. So it is supporting each other. In case 2, they are supporting each other or opposing each other? In case 2, they are supporting or they are opposing? They are opposing each other. Very good. They are opposing each other. So now what I'm going to do, I'll just leave this screen like this. Okay. Whatever you want to copy, okay, you just copy it. I'll leave the screen for 2 minutes. And when you have written this, okay, just let me know in the chat. And if anyone is having doubt in this, please let me know that also. Okay, I have few questions here. The question is, in the second diagram, why C is 2 and not minus 2? Okay. Now listen to that question, that answer. Let's see here. Okay, most of the people are confused with the second diagram. I'll explain it again. Okay, wait, I'll second the second diagram again. I'll take another example. Or I'll take the same example. I'll not confuse you. I'll take the same case. Now the thing is that I have two batteries. Okay, I have two battery cells. Both are of 2 volts. Both are of 2 volts now. Now the thing is that I can connect the two negative terminal or the smaller terminal and this negative terminals together. Now I have just assumed that if this end A is suppose 10, okay, if this end A is 10, for example, now what will be the potential of point B? Now see here, if this is 10, okay, if VA is 10, so VA minus VB must be 2. If VA is 10, this implies VB must be 8. VB must be 8. Okay. Now, if VB is 8 and this is my C, so what should be now VB minus VC? VB minus VC. It is again 2 volt. VB minus VC, 2 volt. The potential difference. The cell gives you potential difference, not potential. The cell gives us potential difference between the 2 points. So one point is B, one point is C. So the cell will give us the potential difference. So the potential difference of B and C is 2. Now I know that this VB is 8. Now what will be the value of this VC? what will be the value of VC now? Yes, tell me. 10, 6, 6, 2, 6. Okay, try to understand this. You people tell me that B is at higher terminal or C is at higher terminal. B is at higher terminal or C is at higher terminal. I'm asking you, which end is high at high, B or C? I'm asking which end is at higher potential, B or C? B is high or C is high, dear. C is at higher end. C is at higher end. So C has to be what? More. So C has to be what? C here. C is at higher end. C is connected to this end and B is connected to the smaller end. So C is higher end. So if C is at higher end, B is at lower end. Okay. So C has to be, VC has to be 10 volt and VB has to be 8 volt. Then the potential difference is C2. Okay. So I hope you would have understood this. Now you just copy it, and if you have copied it, let me know. I'll move on to the next. If you have copied, let me know. I'll move on to the next topic. Supporting and opposing, we can say, because 2 and 2, they both are supporting each other and the final result is 4 volt. Okay. And opposing, we can say that 2 minus 2. Oh, okay. So they cancel each other. Okay. So all those who are having doubt that how I am calling it as supporting or opposing. So see, in the first case, 2 plus 2 volt, the net is 4 volt. So they are supporting each other. So the combined effect is more. In opposing, what is happening? One cell is cancelling the effect of another cell. So it is like that. So 2 minus 2 becomes 0. Okay. So next we are going to see is resistor or load. Now this is a very common thing in the questions. Generally you will see this as resistor, as the name resistor. Or you will have load in the question, or you will have conductor written in the question. So whenever you have all these terms written in the question, so just understand we are talking of a resistor and its symbol will be like this. Okay. There's nothing much into this. Now, in a variable resistor, what is variable resistor? The variable resistor, as the name suggests, we can change the resistance in the circuit using this. So why we are using this variable resistor? We can change the resistance in the circuit. Okay, and its symbol will be like this, or you will find it in the circuit drawn like this. So these are the two symbols for the variable resistor, or we also call it as rheostat. Okay. Now the next is plug key. So for plug key, generally you will have this symbol, okay, or this symbol. Now when you have this symbol, then we say plug key is off. Okay, and when you have this symbol, we say plug key is on. Okay, now you will have switch also. The function is same, that we have to sometimes establish the connection, or sometimes we have to break the connection in the circuit as per our need. So we use this plug key and switches. So for switch, when it is on, okay, so you will have a symbol like this, and when it is off, so we will have a symbol like this. Okay, and what is the use of this plug key or switch? Just to establish or to break the connection in the circuit. Okay, it is to break or establish the connection in the circuit as per our need. Okay, so anybody is having doubt in these three elements, you just ask. I'm leaving this if you have done. See, there are some experiments where you will be asked to change the resistance or change the potential. So you will see that when you do some experiments in your lab, so there you will see the rheostat. And why do we need actually? So sometimes actually what happens in Ohm's law experiment, we use this rheostat so that we can change the resistance in the circuit, and we can change the voltage also. Okay. Okay. Resistor. So in previous class, resistor you have not studied. In previous class, resistor you have not studied. Okay, okay. So listen, just see what is the symbol for resistor right now. When we start Ohm's law, then there I will introduce resistance, and there we'll talk in detail about this resistance. Okay. Just for now, just note down the symbol of this resistor. After this, when we start Ohm's law, okay, then we will look this resistance in detail. So don't worry about that. We'll cover resistance today only in detail if you have not studied. So if you have written it, so just let me know in the chat. I'll move on to the next topic. Okay. So next element what we are having is, that is ammeter. Okay. Now, ammeter is a device, okay, that is used to measure current in the circuit. Used to measure the current in circuit. Listen here, circuit I'm writing as CKT. Okay, so don't get confused. Okay, I'll be writing it as CKT, so don't be confused. Now, this ammeter is used to measure the current in the circuit. Now, let us understand one thing. Okay, that suppose this is bulb. Okay, this is bulb. Then yeah, I'm giving you a few things in this, that 10 ampere current is flowing from here. Okay, if 2 ampere current, okay, if 2 ampere current flows from here, what will be the current in the bottom line? If suppose this is B1, this is B2, and this is B3. So just tell me what will be the current through the B3. Current through the B3 will be 8 ampere. Okay, very good. Now, suppose you have to measure the current. Okay, you have to measure the current in B3. I have to measure the current in B3. Okay, if this is 10 ampere, here some 2 ampere current is flowing, so here remaining 8 ampere current will go, correct? If I have to measure this 8 ampere current, okay, and there is a measuring device, I give you a measuring device, so where will you put this measuring device? Listen to my question again. I have to measure the current passing through B3, correct? Now, where will you put this measuring device so that you can measure the 8 ampere current? So is it at A, this A, or it is at B, or is it at C, or is it at D? I've given you 4 places, A, B, C, D. You just tell me which place you are going to put the emitter. I want everybody to answer this question. Which place you will be able to measure 8 ampere current? Okay, C, correct. So I have to place this device at C. Okay, so now what we can write for this emitter now? Okay, that emitter is, okay, emitter is always connected in series with the load. Load here you can understand resistor, load, bulb, anything. Okay. Anybody is having doubt? Just tell me. So all those students who are saying that it should be connected at A. So just see here. Through A, 8 ampere current is flowing or 10 ampere current is flowing? All those who have answered as A. All those who have answered as A. Okay. All those who have answered as A, you tell me the current through that point is 10 ampere or 8 ampere? Yes. 10 ampere. So if it is 10 ampere, how you can measure 8 ampere? So where is 8 ampere flowing? Here. 8 ampere is flowing here. So here only you have to put the emitter. Okay. Now the next question, what doubt I can see is, what is series connection? Listen, there are two kinds of connection, that is series and parallel. Later on in the lectures, we'll see what is series and parallel connections. Okay. For now, you just understand that whenever I connect anything like this, okay, all those who are asking what is series connection, if I connect any two elements like this, so this is a series connection. If I connect anything like this, okay, so this is a parallel connection. Understood? This is a series connection and this is a parallel connection. For now, you just understand that. No, current will not split equally. It depends upon the resistor. That also we will see. Wait, we are just looking into what are the symbols. Why emitter, how this emitter measures current. Will the current split equally or not? We'll see all those things. We are simply, right now we are just interested in the symbols and their uses. Okay. So all these doubts, whatever you are having, that the current doesn't split equally, or how this emitter is going to measure the current, we'll see in the later part. Okay. So anybody is having any doubt regarding the position positioning of this emitter. Okay, so just let me know. Okay, in this diagram, B1, B2 and B3 are in parallel here. B2 and B3 are in parallel. Okay, B2, B3 are in parallel and they are in series with B1. Yes, yes, you can place emitter before B3. Listen here, all those students who are thinking that can I place it here? Absolutely, you can place here between this and this end, anywhere in this. Okay, anywhere you can place the emitter to get the current in B3. Okay, any doubt now in emitter? Are you having any doubt or shall I move ahead? Okay, now the next is voltmeter. Now in voltmeter, as we have seen emitter, now we are going to see what is voltmeter. So voltmeter is actually a device that is used to measure the potential difference. Okay, so voltmeter is a device used to measure potential difference. Used to measure potential difference between 2 points. Okay, now I'll come back to the same thing in cells and batteries. Okay, for a while and just try to tell you. Now see here, whatever calculation we are doing here, okay, in this case, whatever calculation we did here. Now suppose what I'll do, I will take a voltmeter and I'll connect between these two ends, okay, directly. Okay, so what this voltmeter will give me, it will give me the reading of 4 volt. What I have to do, I have to just connect the voltmeter across these two ends and I'll get the reading of 4 volt. In this second case, if I connect a voltmeter between these two ends, okay, if I connect a voltmeter between these two ends, so I'll get no reading. Okay, so this is how the voltmeter is actually connected. Now I'll be making a circuit here for this voltmeter. Okay, and you just tell me that where shall I connect this voltmeter. So I have now I have this R1, R2 and R3. Now I want to check what is the potential difference across these 2 points. Okay, I'm calling these 2 points as A and B. Okay, now you tell me where shall I connect this voltmeter? Is it here? Okay, or here, or somewhere here, or here? I'll be giving you the options A, B, C and D. You tell me where shall I connect so that I get the volt potential difference between B and C. One answer I have got as A and B. Remaining answers I have got as B. So B is absolutely correct. Okay, B is correct. See, I will not connect here. Okay, you cannot connect a voltmeter like this. Always the voltmeter will be connected like this. Okay, and this is a parallel combination. What is series and parallel? Just now I had shown you that this is a parallel combination, and if I connect anything like this, so this is a series combination. What is series and parallel? We'll dedicate complete 1 or 2 lecture on this. Okay, and this is parallel. Okay, so B is correct option. So what for voltmeter, what I can say now, that voltmeter is always connected in parallel. Okay, connected in parallel to the load. Again, instead of resistor, bulb, all those things, I'm writing directly load. So anybody is having any doubt regarding voltmeter or ammeter, let me know in the chat. And all those who have no doubt, you can copy this and I'll move to the next point. Yes. Anybody is having doubt? Okay, I'll move to the next thing, that is connecting wires. Now let us see that suppose I'm having a battery. Okay, I'm having a battery. No, voltmeter cannot be connected in series. Just try to understand why. Or you better take this one. This example. A, B, C. Listen here. All those who are having doubt. This is a battery of 2 volt. Okay, this is a battery of 2 volt. And now I tell that verify this thing. That is the battery of 2 volt or what? Now I am giving you 2 positions for it. I am giving you position A and position B. Okay, yeah, it is a cell of 2 volt. Now you just tell me, what is the potential difference between A and B? What is the potential difference between A and B? I want everybody to answer it. What is the potential difference between A and B? Okay, 2 volt, correct. What is the potential difference between B and C? What is the potential difference between B and C? 0. 0. Now my aim is to calculate the potential difference or to verify the potential difference of this terminal. Okay, the potential of this battery. So where shall I connect it? At A or at B? Yes. Mohan Krishna, you are saying that it should be connected at B. See, if you connect at B, okay, then this voltmeter will give you no reading. Okay, it is not going to give you any reading at B point because the potential difference between B and C is 0. One thing. Second thing, what we have to do is we have to calculate the potential difference across this cell here. Okay, so you have to connect it at position A, not at B. This is wrong. Only at A, if you connect, then only you can get the potential difference across the battery. Okay, now see this connecting wire. Suppose this is a battery. Okay, this is a battery I have. Then here I'm having a bulb. This is bulb. Okay, then I'm having a key. Okay, I'm having a key. I'm having a key. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to connect all these things. Okay, I have a battery, I have a switch. Okay, this is switch. I have a switch and I have a bulb. If I have to connect all these three things, so what you will do, you'll just connect them with the wire. Yes, so this is called as connecting wire. This is only called as connecting wire. Okay, and one more important thing that you should note, that until and unless, okay, until and unless you are told don't take any resistance for connecting wire. Okay, yeah, current. So do you have any doubt in connecting wire, or shall I move ahead? Yes, do you have any? Okay, why? This is just an assumption. See, this connecting wire, normal wire, whatever we are using, okay, those things are only considered as the connecting wires, whatever we use to connect. Practically, if you see, so there has to be a resistance, because there is no such material or conductor that we have that is having zero resistance. But for practical, but for this laboratory purposes and theoretical purposes, for connecting wires, we assume that the connecting wires are having zero resistance. Understood? But in some questions you will find, or in 12th and or in 10th also you may find that some, in few questions, the connecting wire will be also given some resistance, which is very true for the practical cases. But for theoretical purposes, okay, we just neglect the resistances. Okay, we just neglect the resistance of the connecting wires. Okay, but practically it will have resistance. Practically talking, speaking, it is going to have a resistance. Okay, so is it clear? Circuit elements are clear to you? Okay, now the next thing what we are going to see is Ohm's law. Okay, next thing what we are going to see is Ohm's law. So in Ohm's law, okay, I'll just ask you few questions. Okay, I'll just be asking you few questions. Okay, suppose I'm taking two cases. Case 1 I have and case 2 I have. Okay, case 1 and case 2. Now in case 1, I have a bulb that is connected with a battery, a cell. Okay, a cell of 2 volt. In second case, I'm having the same bulb. That is connected with the cell of 10 volt. Now, we are having same bulb. I'm using same bulb. Note it down, we use same bulb. Now, in both the cases, okay, you just compare the two cases and your question is, which bulb glows brighter? In which case the bulb glows brighter? First question, which glows brighter? I want everybody to answer this. Case 2. Okay, very good. Case 2. Anybody who is having confusion in case with case 1? Okay, no one. Now, the second question related to this is only that why in case 2 the bulb is glowing brighter? Why in case 2 bulb glows brighter? Yes, more current. Okay, more current will flow. Voltage is directly proportional to current because it has more potential difference. Okay, so I can say it is due to the battery that we have used, or I can say because I'm using a high potential battery. Okay, the battery has more potential difference. Okay, now from these two things, these two questions, what can we say? That there is a relation between potential difference and current. Is it correct? Okay, yes. Can I say that there is a relation? Okay, there is a relation between potential difference and current. Can I say it like that? Yes. Everybody, just respond to this statement. Can I say that there is a relation between potential difference and current? Because I'm using a battery which is having higher potential, so the current is more, okay, and that makes that bulb glows brighter. So there has to be a relation between the potential difference and current. Now this Ohm's law, in Ohm's law, we just study that relation. Okay, in Ohm's law, what do we study? The relation between the potential difference and the current. Okay, so okay, so what we'll do, we'll just note it down, and in the next class we'll start from this only. Okay, so next class we'll start from the Ohm's law and we'll try to solve few numericals on the Ohm's law. Okay, thank you.